Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we'll be looking at one from Hobbymaster. Of course, it is the P-51 Mustang here. It is the P-51D Mustang from the United States Army Air Force's 2nd Fighter Squadron, which was first active in 1941 and operated in the European and Mediterranean theatres during World War II, of course. They are still active, although as of 2014 are known as the 2nd Fighter Training Squadron, flying the T-38 Talon as adversary aircraft for training the F-22 Raptor pilots. Now, our Mustang here was the aircraft flown by Fred Ohr, who would survive World War II as an ace, downing 6 enemy aircraft and also destroying 17 on the ground, and also earning the Silver Star. He would become a dentist after the war and practice dentistry until his 80s, and he would pass away in 2015, aged 96. Yeah, that does look pretty cool. There is a lot of yellow on there for the identification. It does have the usual details in the flap, of course. And yeah, all right, how about we get this Mustang out of the box and into our hands? Alright, with the Mustang out of the box, it does come with the usual stand, which we'll check out when we put it in flight. And it also does come with the baggie. It does have the optional fuel tanks, does have a bomb load as well, and all the little bits and pieces for gear up and gear down, and a little thread right in the back there to chuck in the pilot seat, of course. Alright, we'll get this lid off. It does have the landing gear for gear down in the side as per usual. We'll grab this out. We'll better get some poppage, I suppose, happening. This is brand new. It looks to be brand new. So, oh, jeez. There we go. Here we go. There's some plastic on the wings. Let's peel that. Oh, jeez, it's stuck on there tight. And we'll peel that off. All right, let's move this out of the way. We may as well put that antenna on the back. Like that. It might drop out. I don't know how solid they are. Hey, let's quickly set it up for in-flight, and then we'll have a real good look over the aircraft. It is not too hard to set up. As you saw, you got those two options for the tanks, of course, and it's very straightforward. Well, if you can get your fingers to freaking work. Oh, far out. And it is straightforward to set these up. You can put your bigger tanks on if you want, like so. And yeah, that's job done for setting it up in flight. To get the canopy open, of course, I think it's just, is it slide back? It looks like it wants to slide back, but I think maybe it's, well, it's not. It's not wanting to slide back. Guess, I don't know. I'll have a look at that in a second. It's not moving easily. I was just going to whack the pilot in there. I thought I'd do something fucking simple, but why make things easy? You know, it's not sliding back whatsoever. So let's just have a little look at the underneath first. It's not giving us any troubles. So be careful, of course, for the little antenna there. You don't want to knock that. It's got a little bit of rivet detail throughout the wings, as you can see throughout there on the flaps. As per usual, these have got a little bit of movement too, if you like to play with little flaps. And it does have the beautiful markings throughout. That yellow does stand out against the bare metal or the silver finish. Along the front, you do have the Marie there. And it does have Freddie Ohr on the side there. It does have the aerial victories, and I think some ground victories I'm gathering by the ones down there. Maybe they're your aerial. It's got the ace of spades there. The propeller spins reasonably nice. It does look pretty cool though. The livery itself looks nice enough. It does look really cool. The details on the wings are pretty nice as well. The usual sort of Hobbymaster standards. I'd like to show you inside that cockpit, but as you saw, it was a struggle. Let's see if we can. That is just really weird how it's not moving, and it does look like it wants to move. The front lifts up, the back refuses to. It does not want to do anything. I wonder if I can break it on camera. Fucking weird, isn't it? Oh well, let's check it on the stand. that shouldn't be too hard. So that's on the stand. There you go. For you in flight people, that's how it's going to look on the stand. Looks pretty darn cool. All right, we'll just quickly throw the gear down option in this and come right back. All right, we've successfully put it on the landing gear. That wasn't a nightmare. Well, this is your pilot that you're not going to be able to use. Well, on mine anyway, he is pretty well detailed, but unfortunately, I cannot, for the life of me, get that freaking canopy open. It's just absolute poo. You do get a spare antenna too. If you happen to lose that while you're struggling to get your canopy open, that's a first time for me. I don't know what the hell is going on. I even tried, prying it open from the rear. You can see the bit of damage on the paint there now because of that. It will not open at all. That is unfortunate. That's just, well, I don't know. I've never had that before, as I've said. That's just freaking weird, man. But, oh well, this one will be canopy closed, I guess. But overall, the usual straightforwardness of setting these up is just your little modules. Well, these are bigger modules. You got your little module for the tail wheel, and then your bigger modules, of course, for your main landing gear. Be careful of that light, as I say. They are quite easy to break off. Yep. That's all you can do. I did swap out, obviously, the other tanks for these smaller tanks there. And yeah, this is a pretty damn cool looking unit. Yeah, I suppose we should get it on the scales at least and start winding up this video before I get too frustrated about not being able to get that canopy open for you. The joys of doing these videos, isn't it? I'm sure it's an isolated incident. I'm sure it's just for bloody me because the diecast gods absolutely love messing around with me. I don't think anyone else has probably ever had that issue. If you have, drop that in the comments below. Now we have 280 grams. That is not too bad for this Mustang right here. All right, let's wind up this frustrating video. All right, I'll take some photos of this, of course, throw them on the net as per usual. Don't forget some of those my way if you can spare the time to do that. And of course, don't forget to punch that subscribe button if you're watching and have yet to do that. And as always, drop a comment below if you've got something to say. And as I mentioned, if you've experienced a similar problem with your canopy, let me know. All right, everyone, once again, thank you very much for dropping past to check out another one of my videos, and I hope you did enjoy the livery that you saw today. All right, thanks for watching, and happy hunting for your next model, of course. You all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.